Hey guys, a different kind of video today. I want to show you how I made this render of my work-in-progress Bladerunner inspired city. So this is obviously Tyrell Corporation Pyramid, the biggest building in the city. This is the raw render. There's nothing fancy to it. I exported the build as an object file using JMC2 object, and I just put it in Blender and pretty much hit run because I have my things set up, and you see the end rods give the light here. Let me zoom in. These are all end rods, so I didn't really need anything else. I rendered it at 4000 by 2000 and then scaled it down to make sure it's a bit higher quality. I had a render set up with layers, so I have this one. I have mist, which will basically be used to hide the main pyramid in mist, while those buildings at the front will not have mist and fog on them. And I also have saved this layer, which has just the lights. So now if I take away everything, all my layers you see on the side, we have the background, and then we have all the stuff on top. Yeah. So this is what it looked like at the very start. First of all, I added fog, I believe. So we have the fog layer at soft light blending mode, and the second one at multiply. So that just gives it the nice effect I was looking for. Next, the light layer. I overlaid it to make the lights more visible in the final render. And I did a very basic photo filter under image adjustments photo filter. Basically overlay a bit of yellow on the image. Vignette, that was added towards the end, but it basically gave the effect on the edges. I used overlay blending mode. Next we have the gradient map to give it that Blade Runner look. Soft light at 90% opacity. Orange to dark gradient. We have a basic black to white gradient overlaid at soft light, which made the light shine on the top part and gave the deep shadows on the bottom. Okay, this is the light layer with some motion blur or path blur to give these sort of streaks on the bottom. They are set to lighten, which makes them only appear on the dark parts. Okay, let's turn on the background. This is actually an image I found online. A gradient does work on its own, but I wanted something more. So this has subtle texture on it. Right, I added some rain. I have a PNG that I copied multiple times and stitched together. I think it gives that dystopian sci-fi look. Added my logo in the corner, set to soft light. I used a brush to add a few streaks here to imitate flying cars around the structure. I made a new black layer and used filter render lens flare, so that gave like a sunlight reflection effect. I also added this sort of little light streak behind the top of the building. Finally, for the background, I copied over the structure. I changed it to look lighter through levels and saturation. It just gave that faded second pyramid in the background, because in Blade Runner, the Tyrell Corporation has two pyramids. And finally, I took these from another render, so this is a Minecraft build. You can barely see it, but I just wanted something to fill the dead space in the other corner, because as you can see without it, you just have sky everywhere here. There would be like a silhouette of a city here. So I took some of these, put them in, and I actually had a raster mask on these, so if I disable it, you can see that the perspective doesn't quite line up, because here you can see some of the roof, but here you don't. The perspective is slightly higher or whatever. So I got this mask to just fade it away into the gloomy background. And yeah, and that's pretty much the render. So this project will be coming to my Patreon. There will be lots more made. I hope this helps you, maybe. Leave a comment if you have any questions, and thanks for watching. See you around.